Can you believe it? Can you believe
Welcome
it?
back. What
Welcome back.
season are we on?
I actually was thinking about this the other day. I was trying to do the math on when we started this. I think this is
Five?
year 5. I think it's the nickel season.
If this podcast was a baby, Frank could be walking into kindergarten right now, taking it right
Tears.
along those, taking it right there, packing his organic soy-based lunch. No
That's right.
peanut.
Maybe a
No
little
peanut.
no peanuts, maybe a little applesauce. We also have to be considerate of others. Maybe people have
Yeah.
gluten allergies, and even just the smell of a pretzel will kill them. So we have to be cautious about that.
You bring a child in this world would be the one of the worst nightmares that could ever happen. But other than
Well,
that,
let's talk about children coming into the world, and let's talk
talk
about
about it.
maybe
Let's talk about it.
a little recap of the winter and the spring and part of the summer. And don't you have a new baby that is of the fur variety?
I have three dogs under 10 pounds. Uh, That's that's it. I didn't see 4 years ago. If you had asked me and you said, Yenzi, where do you see yourself in year five of the podcast? Probably wouldn't have led with that. Probably wouldn't have been the opener. But yeah, three dogs under 10 pounds. It rules. We have a dog stroller, not a big deal. We have a combo leash, again, not a big deal.
Combo leash. Now,
Uh,
is that for 3 dogs or?
just for two. The other one goes in the stroller. Frank, try to keep up. It's embarrassing to have to explain this,
Okay.
but you know, you got the combo leash, you got the stroller. We're living that dink lifestyle. We're living those white suburban dreams. So,
Lives.
yeah,
Dual
you know,
income, no kids, but three
that's right.
dogs with special
Three
needs.
dogs,
I mean,
dude. You've not, yeah, not a single one of them. Not enough combined IQ to. I wouldn't even say boil a thing of water. I would even say keep something lukewarm. Nothing going on with those dogs. Nothing in those eyes. Just
how do they do outside?
they're great. They love everybody.
Okay.
Love everybody. Happy as could be. They just can't like if you were to be like, hey, we're gonna give them this dog puzzle and there's treats in there, they're not getting them. They're starving. They
Got
would
it.
die. They die on their backs.
Got
So
it. So year 5 of the college football podcast. Updates from me. I live in Brooklyn
here.
now. Uh,
BK stand up.
I'm 30 years old. Uh, the 23-year-old girls, uh, turns out they aren't in love with me, and
It's
and it's only for a fleeting moment, which is okay.
the whole I need a score here. Your boy just I'll wait for the flag. I'll wait for the flag, but there's the flag, of course. I just
VAR.
VAR, no, I didn't even have to go to VAR. The guy just the little British dude just raised a flag. It just cost me about $275. Thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah, as I was going on before, I, so graciously had money ripped from me, something that they don't do in college football, thank the Lord. Um, yeah, the whole Frank's 30 now.
I'm
He is
30 American years old. Yeah.
30 American years old. He probably shouldn't be going after any girls that have a syllabus in their lives. That's probably a fair thing. If a girl
Post
tells you,
grad.
no,
Okay.
no. If a girl tells you that she just got a syllabus or something, and unless she's talking about her kids, you just got to move on, buddy. You just got to move on. You got to keep it moving.
But maybe the next 22-year-old will actually like me.
I need you to know. There's people listening right now that are it goes from there's like a scale where it's like, oh, that's cool, and then there's like slight envy, and then there's like good for him, and then there's toleration, and that you're on this slit where people are feeling bad now. When people hear it, they start to be like, oh, I'm just telling you.
Are people like starting to murmur? They're like, listen, I wasn't at the wedding recently, so maybe you guys were talking at the wedding.
You probably got some less than favorable reviews.
Okay.
Your Q rating's probably not great. So I'm just telling you,
Okay.
you know, hey, but at this point, you know who stuck up for you every time?
Who?
This guy. You know what I say
Sure.
when everybody says anything to me, and I say that's my special little boy
Okay. Well,
because Yenzi loves you.
dude,
I
you
know.
and me, it's so crazy how you and I met at a men's retreat in Pittsburgh 6 years ago or something like that. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
around 6 years ago.
yeah,
It was an awesome weekend. I was clinically anxiety ridden, probably
yeah.
depressed.
You're in a better place now. You're
I'm in
in
a
a much
much
better
better
place
place.
now.
Dude, I'm lifting weights. I'm eating protein powder. I'm like, who is
Frankie
this?
Gaines? Frankie
Dude,
Gaines?
the Dimes man is throwing weight around the gym.
I can't wait till. you're following the path of like every like right wing grifter. It's like you tried entertainment. I don't know about that, and then you're gonna get really into weights, see how that goes, and then like DJ NYC season 8, you're just gonna be like, read the Bible, man. There's some stuff in there. Like you're gonna start like telling me, and it's gonna be incredible. You're gonna
Dude,
find
it
like a
is funny how like the majority of like the right wing grift is just like people who try to be actors and comedians,
yeah.
and then like it didn't work, and then they're like, okay, well I'm not getting chicks. All right, well let me just be alpha and just like alpha
Well,
dog.
you know what's fun is then you can find like an 18-year-old. They'll love it. They'll love it. They'll bring them to you. They'll
Trad
drive to
wife, try to like trad wife
you.
somebody who's like,
Bro, they'll be guys bringing them to your door, daughters, nieces, anything, trad wives, and then they'll be like, "Hey, you'll be like 47. You're like, this is my 19-year-old wife of God," and everybody will be like, "I love her.
and
This
it's
is great."
like I shook her father's hand, and her dad was like, he looked me in the eye. It's a sign
Yeah,
of respect.
I think that's your arc. I think your arc is becoming a right wing grifter. My arc is probably
Heart
dying on a
attack by
T-ball field.
53.
I was gonna say dying on a T-ball field at 47.
Yeah.
So we are. We've peeked behind the curtain, and why are we so good at picking these games? Because we know the future, babe.
So
We know what's coming.
I don't think yeah, we do have an oracle, but I don't
Yeah.
think do you think that you're gonna have like a pulmonary embolism? Do you think like is it gonna be because your kid did something wrong, or is it just gonna be like a tragic thing where it's like he
No, I
threw the
think
ball and he died?
I see myself having a very non-violent Tony Soprano death. I just see myself going.
Didn't he get shot?
I said non-violent Tony Soprano ending. It's like if Tony, if the
That just
non-HBO
doesn't make
Tony.
sense. The whole argument collapses on itself.
I'm just saying,
You're
if you
picking
watch
a
the
guy
last
that gets
season,
shot. Okay.
if you're watching the last season of Sopranos, you're like, I don't know how this is going to end, but it's not going to end well for him, and that's probably going to be me. I'm probably going to end. Let's say a James Gandolfini IRL death. That's probably where I'm heading.
I think
It's
where
probably
I'm
the better
at
product.
right now in my age 30 season is the crossroads of life could either be really good or really, really bad.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. There's usually no other way things can go. It's either well or not well. Often,
Often.
not a lot of time in life.
Well,
A
I'm
lot
just
of
saying
time
it's
traveling.
like, keep chasing like post grad chicks, gambling excessively,
Don't
working a
ever stop that.
job. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Don't ever stop the gambling. Don't
Okay.
ever stop that.
Well, dude,
Uh,
listen, I'm up big time because I had a huge month. I'm up big time.
can I
I
can I give you Can I give you? Actually, I think that Man City goal was allowed. I'm back to huge again, so I'm
okay.
back profitable. I take everything I back from the Premier League. I'm excellent at it. Real quick before we get started, well, as this goes into it, I dominated. I don't know, country, continent. I don't know what it is. I dominated Europe over the
You
spring.
did dominate
Dominated
Europe, actually. Many are saying.
thoroughly. I was respected everywhere I went. Everyone goes there. They're like, "Oh, the American tourists." No, they respected me. They saw the force of nature I was. They saw the sheer size.
Yeah.
They saw what I was doing, and I felt like there
You're
was just.
probably like a god to somebody in like Ireland.
I'll tell you what, Ireland, I had a good time. The Scottish people, we had a good time. I feel like I had a kindred spirit with them. They like to get boozed up, and they like to have fried foods, and they like to toss a few terms around, which I
That's
loved.
right.
I was like,
No, I
feel
love
that, bro.
Scotland. Family lived there for a little while. Got to go to Aberdeen. Got to go to Glasgow. It was cool.
I think, yeah, I dominated it. I dominated it. We're probably going to be going back soon. She wants to check out the rest of it. I said that's fine. Maybe I'll catch. What if Yinzi does a live game at the Premier League? How about that? Let's
I
get some.
wouldn't
Let's
hate
get some
that.
huge.
Oh,
But
Yenzi at Stamford Bridge.
dude, imagine me at Stoke. Just think of it.
Someone's gonna
Just
like
think of
sit behind you in the supporter section and be like, "Look at the size of this lad. Absolute unit."
it. Dude, what did the one guy I told you this when I walked in, this is an honest to God true story. I walked into a bar, walked into a pub, and it was early, it was pretty empty. It didn't even say anything. And I walked in. I think my wife ordered like a half pint, so I was picking it up. And then I was like, he was like, "Oh, are you American?" And I was like, "Oh, is it the accent? Was I wearing like a baseball hat, something?" And I was like, "How could you tell?" I was like, "Could you tell because of the accent?" And he looked at me and said, "No, you're the biggest fucker I've ever seen." Straight up. He said, "You're the biggest fucking guy I've ever seen." And I was like, "That was huge. That was huge for him."
Dude, whenever, it's like whenever you were a little kid and you played baseball, and it's like if you wear your hat in public, you represent the team. When
It's
you
true.
when you go to Europe, you're
Yeah.
representing the United States, and it's like they
They
see they see America in you.
They did. They were like, that man embodies all of the outlandish behaviors that Trump does in front
And
of
when
American
I
children.
was in Scotland and I smoked a guy with a golf ball on the golf course and didn't buy
Yeah.
him a pint or give him anything, I just said,
Hmm.
sorry, man, and kept it moving.
Hmm.
I represented America right there.
That was poor. That's probably why people are moving off the dollar. I haven't looked at that. Before we get into, because
Get
you mentioned
Yenzi
something,
Forex, Yenzi foreign exchange trade.
I was like 4X. I was like, not there yet. Couple more meals, we'll get there.
No, no,
Uh,
no.
since we've known each other, I saw a stat that West Virginia has not been ranked for 6 years. Since we've known each other, West Virginia has not been ranked. It's time to think, are we the forces that are keeping them from greatness? Have we thought about that? Would us somehow dividing make them stronger?
I don't want to live in a world where you and I aren't
I don't either.
together.
I'd rather live in West Virginia mediocrity.
I would
But
too, because you know why? We're still cashing tickets.
bro, we're so profitable.
Speaking of cashing tickets, I want to talk about the theme of the season.
Give it to me, baby. I'm ready.
So every year we have a theme, a slogan going into fall camp.
Feel like coach is coming in the locker room. I just put the helmet on. Tell me what the theme of the season is. Oh, I'm ready.
So I want us to have big dreams. I want us to have dreams that are out of this world.
I like that.
And if
I
you
like
have
that.
dreams that are so vast, even if you're slightly underneath of that, it's still extraterrestrial.
Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll end up with the stars.
Indeed. But our goal, which I
Yeah.
took from Mauricio Pochettino, our goal for the
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
touch the moon.
Mm.
We want to go and touch the moon. This season, we're touching the moon.
Call me Yenzi Armstrong.
I want four leg parlays. I want first half same game, like old school. Whenever you have to used to have to bet on like some Costa Rican website with a
Uh-huh.
login, and
Yep.
be like you couldn't bet a full amount on the game, so it'd be like, okay, bet this team first quarter, first half, third quarter, game. Like I want the classics
I
this year.
think I think there's definitely going to be times this year where Frank loves to cash his big tickets. I think we will have some moonshots from Frankie. I think we'll have some Frankie moonshots every week. I
Do
like
you
that.
remember? Do you remember whenever we 2 seasons ago when we had like 50 plus unit
I
season?
remember that we were huge.
And then I think we've made some donations, but we're
We made
still
a few
up.
donations. We gave a little bit back, but we're still up.
Yeah, well, it was tax purposes because it's like we
There's
didn't
tax
pay taxes on
purposes.
the winnings, and it's like we'll
No, we
just
didn't
get
want
you
to
on
do
the
that.
back end. There's a whole
Our
thing.
accountant totally said you got to lose this LSU game if you want, unless you want a pineapple sandwich. I did
That's right.
not.
So, with that being said, it's future time. Let's get into the futures. I have a handful. You know what's crazy is I really don't have that many team totals this year. I mostly have conference
Okay.
winners and then a couple national championship shots. Um, but yeah, man, I mean, the win totals, it's like I really, really like it's a principal play for me. I don't like leaving money sitting out there for negative juice. And so like it's hard for me to find a team total that's positive that meets my spreadsheet calculations.
It's tough. And there are going to be some heavy juice ones in here, and that's fine. Before we get into these, is there anything last year? I think I told you. I said last year. I said remember when this happened because we don't want to carry it into this year. What are you taking from last year and saying I will either not be making this mistake again or I will be taking advantage of this? What do you have anything in mind?
Do simple better.
I like that. I like that. Mine is we got to be careful week 0, week 1 before we know this. College football is more transient than ever.
Yeah.
There's more. We think what we know. We think we know what these teams are going to look like in week 0, week 1, and we don't really know what they're going to look like because there might be 40 change hours. The years of like we know what a Georgia team or a Clemson
No,
team, especially last year Clemson
yeah.
team. The years of we know we were in Nashville probably this time next week last year. That's a horrible way to phrase that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
and we got
A year ago we
next
were in
week.
Nashville watching week 0 and we
Alabama
got
just
crucified.
slaughter us. And it's because so I think with these futures, it's nice to say, hey, here's what I think. But if anything, I want to be flexible enough where if I see something, I'm able to get off it. And I can see that. I think my two biggest mistakes last year was Clemson being high on Clemson
Yeah, we
and
we were all
not,
over Clemson and we were all
yeah,
over Texas and we were all over Alabama. We had a really,
yeah,
really
we
bad
tough
weekend.
futures.
The
But I
best
will
the best
say,
moment of that weekend was when I physically shouted in the Airbnb that Shane Beamer is calling a timeout to set up a return and then they housed it.
he housed it and we were back.
Yeah.
I
And then you
think
yelled at me because I wanted oats and we didn't have oats in the house.
that is true. That sounds like something we would do. Also, that weekend was a blur for a lot of people. Blur for a lot of people. I'd like to repeat that weekend. I'm down anytime. You find
Yeah.
me,
No, I need to come in. I need to come in for LSU, a
dude.
little live
I
reaction.
come on, come through the house. We got two guest rooms anytime you want
I
it.
got
But
two fall weddings. I'm not mad at it.
I had four and that's a good one. I had four fall weddings last year. Uh, I cannot tell you how upset I was. And it's like the meme joke on IG where it's like, don't plan it, don't do it. I had a wedding in the middle of an 8-inch snowstorm because I didn't want anybody to miss college football.
It's
Could people have
true.
died?
That was a
Could
great
people have
wedding.
died? Yeah, people may have died because of it. But you know what? Nobody missed football.
That's right.
So he's a real hero.
But also, we need to trust our eyes.
It's true. And
Trust
that's
our
kind of what
eyes.
I'm thinking with week 0, week 1. That should be an observation week. We're happy football's back. We shouldn't be getting over leverage. We shouldn't be making grand statements, which we're going to do today, on what we think we're going to see.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I'm
it
over
even
leveraged
said
on TCU, and then they're having UFC fights in the locker room.
putting dudes in the hospital. What a crazy story.
Yeah. I mean, this is
Insanity.
bad.
I think, but that being said, there's nobody more excited than us that football's back. We're gonna have another show next week talking the week 0 picks. We're gonna get into some good stories. This is the future pods. People don't want to hear about the past. People want to see us move forward.
That's right.
Anything else in the summer, the last year since we've been off air, Dimesman, anything that's happened, good, great, otherwise, anything you want to share with the class?
Dude, I think I'm about done with the softball.
That's a breaking news.
I'm just like, softball is cutting into my creativity and comedy time. Last year I played 120 games. This year I don't think I'm going to get 100, but even then, like, it's still too much.
Let me
And
tell you, and everyone that is 30 and above right now is going to tell you there is a real life physical drop off at 30. You're tired all the time. I remember being 29. I think you met me right as I was like 29. I was like, I feel good, 29. Uh, I feel fucking terrible all the time. I just wake up and I'm like, shit just hurts. I don't even know why. I'm like, you wake up and you're like, your neck hurts because the pillow was a half centimeter off where it
you
should be.
wake up and it's like, did I do the Oklahoma drill yesterday?
Yeah. I wake up and I'm just like, is this heartburn or am I dying? Is
Nah.
this it for me? Is this it for me? But
I made
you know
chicken
what?
parm last night. Indigestion central.
The agita will get you
Sure.
with the chicken parm.
So yeah,
But
touch the moon, trust your eyes. That's really it.
let me see. So I have 14 picks, four of those being sprinkles. I got a lot. We just talked about being careful, but you know what? We're excited. We have some futures. We're not going to hold back.
I think
Dimes,
I have
man.
10. I have 10, 11.
Okay, we're looking good then.
And I'm not including these crazy parlays that I've sent you about conference winners.
I have one of those.
I have one
Uh,
of those as well.
Alrighty, I'm gonna let you take it. It's your show. You go first, buddy. Who do you like? I'm
The
keeping
first
track.
team, the first team I like. Let me get my notes out here. Also, sorry, I have notes. Sorry,
Few
give me a
notes.
moment. Technical difficulties. God dang it. Well, either way, my
You want me to
first pick.
start? You want me to roll?
Yeah,
Or you
you go
got it?
ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna go first pick, and these are. I'll give you. We'll circle back, and I'll give you a couple that I really like as far as what our top locks. I'll give you my top three. This one might actually be a top three, but the first one, it's even money actually. It's Wisconsin over 6.5 games. Wisconsin getting in a real quarterback. Wisconsin, Luke Fickell has been decimated by quarterback injuries. It seems every year they're going in with, their third string guy. They have this guy, Frank. You might know him. A lot of people not familiar with deep college football. Colton Joseph, Old Dominion quarterback,
Yep.
4,000 yards throwing, 1,000 yards rushing last year. This guy's a legit dual threat. I think it was something like the eighth most yards in the country last year. He is a legit stud. He's coming from the Sun Belt. So again, we're stepping up and play a little bit. But if you look at Wisconsin's schedule, you're going to see some wins in here. They don't quite, miss the gauntlet of, it's not the Big Ten where they might miss all the tough teams, but they don't play. I'm going to tell you who they don't play. Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon. That's probably three guaranteed losses for them. They play Notre Dame, Penn State, USC, Iowa. Okay. But here, I just need to get to 7 wins. And I'm going to tell you the 7 games that they're, I would say, above 90% going to win. Western Illinois, Eastern Michigan, UCLA, Michigan State, Rutgers, Maryland, Purdue, Minnesota, and I think they beat one of Iowa or Penn State. I like this team. Fickle's too good of a coach to keep this team below 7 wins. And Colton Joseph, that dude is an absolute baller. If you've been watching Old Dominion, you've been watching him spring those upsets, it's because of that guy. He's now with the Badgers. So probably the most dynamic dual threat quarterback in the Big Ten. I'll take that.
Luke Fickell's really coaching up the team. It's one of the best linebacking cores in the Big Ten. Mason Posa and Cooper Catalano, talented linebackers. But I agree with what you said about the dual threat. Uh, I don't know, man. It's just there's been so much offense and inconsistent offense with this team, and then they panicked and what did they do? They hired like Phil Longo or something like that. But Jeff Grimes is in his second year. He was a talented OC at once. So I don't know. I like that. They catch Maryland in the back half of the year, and that's when Maryland loses like 7 games in a row. So they'll be good.
I That's a great point. I think I like Maryland, but I'd rather play them at the end of the year after maybe stuff has gone downhill. That's going to be a theme with my next pick as well. But let's hear what you got. So
My
for your
first
first pick,
pick, I guess I'll do uh, a team total instead of a
okay?
conference winner since you're doing. Are you doing conference
Yeah,
winners later?
I got a little bit of everything, buddy. I got a mixed bag.
Okay, one sec. I'm gonna do under 4.5 wins for Kentucky. That's plus 149. This is the schedule's top 50 hardest in the country. Returning maybe eight total starters like combined. New coach, and I like Will Stein. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think that there's enough talent on the offensive side of the ball. They got a couple transfers: Oklahoma transfer, Arkansas transfer, Texas transfer, Notre Dame transfer. I mean, it's just a mixed bag. And couple that with the fact that it is one of the harder schedules in the country. I just don't see them getting to five. The wins that I have for them: Youngstown State, South Alabama. That's it. I
Okay,
mean, like,
two guarantees. That's good.
yeah, you have two guarantees. I mean, you're playing Alabama. Your first 4 games are Youngstown State, Alabama, Texas A&M, South Alabama, and then you go at South Carolina, LSU, at Oklahoma, Vandy. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
No.
And then you close one of your. It sucks whenever you're at a team that's rebuilding and one of your non-cons is an in-state rival. They have to play Louisville at the end of the year, and I actually am really high on Louisville,
Yeah,
so that's just brutal for them. And with the SEC going to like a 9 conference game schedule, just don't see
makes it
it.
even harder.
Yeah.
I'm going out to somewhere I was just at,
Okay.
and the vibes there were not great for this team. I
Oh,
was pulling people. I was getting some boots on the ground research. I don't understand this line at all. Give me Utah under 8.5 wins.
okay. New
You
coach.
lost you lost one of the most important coaches, probably in your team's history, going to Michigan. And guess what he did when he went to Michigan? He took damn near everybody with him. He took almost all the staff. He took a lot of the players, took a tight end. The biggest thing about Utah is they are I don't know if it's the entire defensive line. They are 5 new offensive linemen around a quarterback, Devin Dampier, that is not the strongest passer. He was already relying on his legs. So if you're already giving him a completely new offensive line, both of the lines are pretty much, yeah, I think they're replacing almost both sides of the line. But you're losing a big coach, and with Utah, a new team, new scheme. I see them fading down the stretch. I don't see what are they going to be playing for come November, especially if they've had a few losses and they're not going to be in the Big 12 race. I think this under 8.5 is a great bet. I see them ending about 6 or 7 wins. And I even see our West by God Mountaineers possibly pulling an upset at the end of the year. So I don't like it at 9. I would have looked at this even if it was 7.5, but give me that extra bumper. I don't see them losing less than 4 games. Give me Utah under.
And the Utah pick coincides with something we have later.
Yeah.
Um, my next one also 7.5 wins. It's over 7.5 for the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Historically, I've been very high on this team. Timmy Chang's entering his 5th year. This is the third most experienced team in the Mountain West, which is not saying a lot. But UNLV in New Mexico look solid. My two big things. My two big things. Remember Colt Brennan and Devon Bess?
We'll never forget them.
We have Colt Brennan and Devon Bess light. We
Yeah,
have Micah Alejado and Pofili Ashlock. These are two incredibly talented quarterback receiver combo. This is multiple years in the run and shoot system. it's all about trust and it's all about trusting your eyes because you have the chalk last, you're making the reads on the fly. The longer that the quarterback has built the relationship with the receivers, the better they just can feel where each other is going to go in the coverage. They took in a bunch of transfers. This is a team that has a bunch of power four bounce back transfers. There's even like an old West Virginia lineman on this team.
Love
Um,
that.
the thing with this roster, um, you got to be able to stop them. I have the utmost faith that they'll be able to score. You got to be able to stop them. You got some linebackers recovering from injury, and then they are just throwing something at the wall in the D line, taking in seven transfers. I believe in this team. I think that the offense has gelled. I think there's going to be a lot of overs this season. But either way, I trust this team in shootouts. 7.5. Give me the 8, baby. I think they can beat Stanford week one. Watch out.
Yeah, that's going to be, we're looking forward to that game. All right, I'm giving you, I think
Oh,
Utah
it's
is my
plus
first.
140. Did I say that's plus 140?
No, we're going to put a little, we're going to put a little thing right there for plus
It's,
140 and big
yeah,
plus money.
plus money.
This one's going to be, it's probably hedging around minus 150. I think I got it at minus 130, but I absolutely love this bet. I told you about this bet earlier. This is probably the only college football total that I bet in June. Uh, this is my second lock, my first one being Utah. Frankie, if you have any locks, locks, you tell me, I'll shade them a different color.
Okay.
NC State over 6.5.
I like
I
that.
think NC State is one of your dark horses to come into that conference to probably not win it, but I could see him getting there. 6.5 is way too low. Frank, this team won 8 last year. This team is better, I believe, on every single facet, offense, defense, special teams, than they were last year. You have some pretty easy guaranteed states with Richmond and App State. You have home games against Louisville, Wake, Cal, Duke, Syracuse. Should take care of business. Cal scares me a little bit, but I'll take Cal at home.
Nah, Cal's awesome, dude.
Cal's fun, but if I can get Cal coming to my house, I'll take it there down to Carter Finley. The swing piece, CJ Bailey. He is what I think is going to take them over the top. I think he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the ACC, and I think he's going to make that big jump. Like I said, the 6.5 does not worry me, even if it's juiced at minus. I think some places at minus 160. Take it with something else, or just be a man, get a sack, throw a little cash down. It's going to come in. NC State over 6.5. That is as close to a hammer guarantee. I got it back on I think June around like June 10th, June 15th as when I was hitting that one. So give me that one all day.
Okay.
Love that.
My first conference winner pick. I don't agree with this university morally, ethically, politically, but I do agree with cashing tickets here. And here I go further into the right wing grift.
Liberty?
Liberty Flames to win the
Yeah.
Conference USA at plus 348. Jamie Chadwell's fourth year. This is a very experienced team. It's going to have one of the best O lines in the conference. We do have a new quarterback. He's a transfer from Wake. Didn't really do excellent at Wake. He has power four experience. I guess that's what you would take in. The dark horse of this team, who I'm really excited about, is the 6'2" receiver. His name is Rashawn Cunningham. He played at Charleston Southern. I think he has what do you call it? The intangibles to be a talented receiver. I think he's a candidate for one really good year at Liberty, and then we'll see him move on. This is the most improved team in Conference USA, which is only because they played so poorly last season. The big thing for the schedule, they get Western Kentucky at home. And that's like the two horse race, Western Kentucky and Liberty, and you get them at home. So that's really what we're banking on here.
What was that number again? Plus what?
Plus 348.
Plus 348. We're gonna call it 350 for everyone keeping score at home. All
You don't want
righty.
to put your stake in the fact in a non-conference game, but they play JMU at JMU week one. Could be a good test to see where we're at.
My next
But also, I mean, look at Florida State last year whenever they crucified Alabama and then sucked it up.
yeah. Well, that's what I say. We're not gonna overreact to week one, week zero.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a dimes pick. I think I wouldn't say I'd be shocked if he doesn't have this, but I'd be shocked if he at least didn't look at this. And I'm gonna take my second under so far, and I'm gonna take Frank's team. It's near and dear to him. UConn Huskies under 5.5
They
wins.
lost to everyone.
Whenever Frank says they lost everyone, Frank, do you want to know how many players they lost?
Whole roster.
78 football players through graduation and transfer.
Yeah.
Only about 30 players returned. How many of those guys were on the taxi squad? We'll get into it. And it was rebuilt by a coach who really exists to do less with more, which is Jason Candle. The
Who
guy's
we
never
like.
We I feel like he was always going into the year with the most talent, and he pretty much underwhelmed. So now you're giving him an entire new roster. I don't know who's starting at UConn. I have no idea. The quarterback, they still haven't named it. And we're not in like a West Virginia situation where we're like Rich Rod's winking, like I'm going to name it. I don't think they know. This team is not going bowling. UConn under 5.5. I feel like that number is going to be probably 4.5 by maybe kick. Frankie and I do move numbers. So UConn under 5.5. This is not the year. This is not the coach. This is not the team. There's nasty road games, and the thing if you're UConn, they're playing teams that are also battling to get those 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. And if they see a team on their schedule they can take down, UConn's going to have that target on their back. So easy under for UConn. I'm seeing that plays in the 3 or 4 wins. I think we're going to be cashing that before Thanksgiving.
Love that.
Cashing,
I'll go.
excuse me, before Halloween. Before Halloween, excuse me.
Ooh, I love cashing tickets early. So my next pick, conference winner, new conference, new team. Fresno State, Pac-12 plus
Big,
650.
big steam pick.
Listen, I talked to some
Plus 1250.
plus 650. I talked to a Fresno State local, loves them.
Yeah,
Loves them this year. You do get Boise State at home in the middle of the year, which is nice. Uh,
that's gonna be who they're going up against for it too.
exactly. UNLV also in that race. Or sorry, San Diego State. Sorry, excuse me. UNLV was Mountain West. Defensive line, best group on the roster, even though Simeon Harris, who's a NFL caliber linebacker, is there, and Josiah Freeman is an NFL caliber receiver. He's there. The big thing is, yes, you have Freeman, but they want to run the ball. They have two very talented running backs. They have two running backs that ran for over 200 or over 600 yards last year. So we're going to keep the ball on the ground. If you can run the ball and you have a great D line like they do here, I trust you in most games.
All right, I'm gonna start rapid fire these because I got a lot. So
Yeah,
I'm
me
just gonna
too.
give you I'm gonna give you one without any explanation. Texas A&M to miss the playoffs, Georgia to make the playoffs. That is an even money ticket. That's coming in. A&M is going to regress. Georgia's going to make it in. They'll be a top 12 team at the year. That's even money. Get that now. And then to piggyback off of that one, I have Georgia to reach the SEC title game at plus 115. I think they're going to make the SEC title game. I love that team. I like Stockton back. Georgia's linebacking core, defensive backs, horrifying. The offense scares me a little bit, but I don't think teams are going to be able to put more than 17 on them. So those are my two Georgia bets. And I got a couple more. Frank, what do you got?
Navy to win the American Conference at plus 300. Fourth year for Coach Newberry. NFL caliber long snapper, Rain Fry.
Incredible.
This O line is a Joe Moore Award contender. This is one of the this is like the conference best linebacking core. They got a guy named Mark Anthony Parker. Mark Anthony is one name, and I love Mark Anthony's music and his clothing line at Kohl's because it fits anemic looking guys like me. They also have a bandit safety named Giuseppe Sessi. Giuseppe Sessi. He's good.
Strong end.
This thing of ours.
Stick
So I like Navy to win the American at plus 300. I'm gonna give another really quick one. I really like Western Michigan to win the MAC. Now that would be a repeat, which is something very rare in the MAC, considering that that league just likes to throw rocks at each other. The big thing for me in the MAC, this is the best running back group in the MAC, but Brock Lowry and Jalen Buckley, the 1-2 combo, is just like Pat White, Steve Slayton in the MAC. All right, they are going to run the football. You're noticing a trend here with me and these teams. They're able to run the football and they have a strong line. So they're more experienced in the front seven and they can run the football.
What's the number on that?
Plus 530.
Thank you. All right, I got two more, and then I'm going to go into some sprinkles, some long shots.
Yeah, I got a
Uh,
sprinkle. I got a sprinkle and then I got some natty picks.
Here we go. I got this is one that I love, and it's both teams to reach the conference championship game. It is Miami Hurricanes. They're the best team in the ACC by far, and give me the Oregon Ducks. I think IU falls off. I think Ohio State could fall off. I don't love really any team in the Big Ten, except for I think Oregon definitely gets there. I think Lanning has his team ready, so that's plus 200. And then this is my favorite combo bet. I love this bet right here. I've been staring at it. I've been staring at it like an IG model all morning. Give me Penn State over 8.5 wins with Air Force over 6.5 wins. Give me the Penn State coked up Nittany Lions and the Flyboys. That is
Snow
plus
Paterno.
135. Snow Paterno, the god, but Penn State's winning. Penn State's win over 8.5, and Air Force. I think you'll see later. I think is one of the best teams. in the Mountain West. All right, so plus 145 for that. And Miami to reach the ACC championship game with Oregon to reach the championship game of the Big Ten is plus 200. All right, and the rest I got is sprinkles. So give me your last picks, and then we'll go rapid fire.
I got a sprinkle here, just like a half a unit, quarter of a unit,
Okay.
whatever. Troy to win the Sun Belt. That's at plus 1240. Goose Crowder leading the way. This Troy is
Wow.
basically just like an extension of old era West Virginia with Gerard Parker and Dante Wright at the helm, and Goose Crowder. This is one of the better O lines in the Sun Belt. They also have an elite punter, Evan Crenshaw. It's first team All American. Tap in.
Like it.
Uh,
Any more sprinkles?
no.
All right, I'm gonna go
Basically, we're
rapid.
taking Troy because we think they can win the West and get into the championship and then hedge opportunity. Sorry, go ahead.
We like that. No, I like that. I'm gonna go. Let me just make sure I have this right here. All right. I'm going to go Air Force to win the Mountain West plus 550. I love Air Force. I feel like I was on them 2 years ago and I had them. I'm back on them. I think them and Navy are the two best academies. I think that's going to be a fun game. I'm circling that. Air Force to win the Mountain West plus 550. Frankie and I have this together. It's K-State to reach the Big 12 championship with Miami to reach the AC
And we
championship
don't
plus
worry about the
700.
O line injuries. We're
We don't
not
worry
worried
about
about that.
that. Plus 700, we'll take it. I have Mensa as a Heisman pick at 12 to 1. If I'm this far in on Miami, why not grab him at 12 to 1 for that Heisman one? I'm worried about Carr, I'm worried about Arch, but Mensa with 12 to 1. And this is one of my favorite plays. I've looked at this schedule longer than I have for anybody, and it is West Virginia to win exactly 6 games.
There you
Rich
go.
limps them into bowling, and that is plus 575. If you look at their schedule, there's probably about 7 games they could win, knock one down for West Virginia, just being West Virginia.
I
That
think they
hits
start like, dude, I think they start like 3 and 0 and going
three
to.
and out, and then so it's riding the mountain. But to win exactly 6 games, I thought that was fun odds.
I like
So
that. I got 3 natty picks. I
give it
put a
to me.
unit on all of them. I put Oregon on them because Yins and I are aligned. We think that's the best
Yeah.
team in the country.
Mhm.
I put a unit on Notre Dame because that's the easiest schedule in the country and arguably the best defense in the country. And then a team that people forget exists for some reason. By the way, Oregon is 960 and Notre Dame is plus 1300. Sorry. This last one, Georgia at 1020, plus 1020. People forget that they exist, Yenzer.
Not me. I have. If you're asking me for a national championship prediction, it is going to be Georgia beating Notre Dame. So that is my natty
Look at that.
prediction.
Look at that. And
I
if you took
have.
all of mine, you would have
Yeah,
sitting on
I
big
have.
tickets.
I have Georgia. Like I said, I'm all over Georgia. I think that's the best team in the SEC. I think Texas is the fun team to root for. I don't think Alabama's getting back there. LSU probably too early. Ole Miss not enough firepower to keep them in. I think Georgia's the best team, and I think grabbing that. I don't know. You must have grabbed that pretty early at 10 to 1 to get that. Georgia's about nine plus nine or 950, 900 right now. Get a shop your books,
Line
but
shopping.
I think Georgia is my pick to win the Natty. Frank, if you could only pick one team to win the Natty, who are you taking?
Oregon.
Okay, I like that too. So I think said like I said, if I had to go gun ahead, I'm going Georgia versus Notre Dame. Georgia come out on top, but I
Dan
think Notre
Lanning
Dame.
is different gravy, bro.
He is. He's. I will say one more thing. Notre Dame is not going undefeated, so that line is just plummeting now. It's like minus 190. You could get that pretty close to like minus 120 at the beginning of the summer. So that's plummeting, but Notre Dame is not going to go undefeated. I'll take that every way I can. But other than that, fun season coming up. Frank, any words before our week 0 pod?
We have less than a minute. I need one thing you love and one thing you hate about college football right now.
Uh, I love the parody, and I hate that we've lost regionality.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the pageantry and I love the weird antics involved with it. Like we just
They're the
saw
best.
Eric Morris shoot an armadillo.
Yeah, love
And we all got a notification at 11 p.m. about that.
that.
And the one thing I hate is Baylor University not being punished properly for crimes against humanity,
Still,
and the fact that people can go to NFL camp and then come back and play college ball.
everybody hates that, but I love you. We'll be back in a couple days. Lock these winners in right now.
Trust your eyes, touch the moon.
Reach, baby.
Reach.
Peace.
Peace.